Hi everyone. So recently I think I just caught the beading bug again because I've been into beading my whole life, but I put it off, I bring it, back. I do loom beading, which I usually do off camera, things like that. But I do want to follow up with a tutorial or review of an adjustable loom I recently picked up on Amazon. But I was, going through my stash and things, and I came across these bracelets, and I'm like, what is this? And honestly, I didn't even know. I thought, oh, I guess you open it up and you add some beads, but then I was like, that'd be really hard to do, especially with these, because if I look at them a little closer, I'm gonna go with the gold one, I think, today, but they're gold and silver. They look like this. So I had to go and see, what is this? So it's an adjustable bracelet. These are not the highest quality, and honestly, it doesn't even want to move that much, this one. But there are better ones. Maybe you have to kind of push that in. I don't know. Or either way, it has a little bit of adjustability to it. I think maybe I chose the wrong one. Maybe I have to play with it a little bit more. But anyway, you just move it, and you can put it back in. The whole point is that you're supposed to put, well, I guess you can put them wherever you want, the charms in this area. Is what it seems like. So I would say Beadaholic, I think, had a lineup of these, or maybe it was Beadalon, I can't remember. But they, that's what they suggest, to put them in here. But you can also leave them free floating wherever you want to put. So I did get these on Amazon originally, I believe. So I will link those for you guys. That would be an affiliate link, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchased items to those links. I haven't checked. There might be a supplier that works with YouTube, and maybe the link will be embedded in the video here or at the very top of the description box. So I think it's going to be kind of a simple thing. We're just going to add some charms. So along with that, I had found some other things. I'm like, oh, I need to use these from Daiso. Super cute. I was thinking about making some phone charms. What's cute about these is I think it's better for, like, if you made like a little character or something cute out of Fimo clay, you attach it and then you put it on your phone, right? Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking about that one. We'll see. I haven't played with Fimo in a long time, and I probably won't be pulling that out anytime soon, but something like that. Oh, this one does have a lot of silver pieces. See, I have my silver head pins in here. These are just little kits I've had in my stash for a very long time. They came from Michael's originally. And they're super cute, because then you have these little cases. I bet you this year they cost way more than $9.99 or even $8.99 in this one. I have a feeling. But anyway, we're going to need some head pins or eye pins if you want to still put more dangles on the dangles, whatever it is you want to do. I don't think I'm going to go too crazy. I just want to kind of show you guys how these work, because it seems like nobody has a video on them. So I was thinking about light colors. This one might be too big. This is cute, but this is really, really big to be dangling off there. So maybe not those. These are not the highest quality things. They're probably going to start peeling 100%. I already know that. But this isn't the highest quality bangle either. So I'm just going to use some different things. Definitely costume jewelry here, guys, with this one. So I'm going to put some of these down. And I should bring out my little anti-rolling things, but I didn't bring anything with me. There goes that one. Okay. I have these cute little butterflies. That would be cute. I'm thinking about pinky, rosy kind of things. So like this little pink guy, maybe a pink one of those, maybe a white one. I don't know that I'll do too many of those guys. You're going to need basic tools. So I have this guy. I do have around... Oh, those 3-in-1 type of things. And then this is, I believe what they call a chain nose plier. This one also has like a little wire cutter. You're going to need head pins or eye pins. And then whatever beads you want, right? And that's it. And charms and cute things. So, let me see if there's anything in here I would want to use. Oh, there's a larger bead in there that might work. Oh, how about this one? It's a little more pink than I want. See how this one's more corally? And that's kind of what I'm looking for. Let me poke around. Is it pink? It looks pinky. Looks interesting. How about that one? Let me grab at least 5 things I would want to dangle off of here, if not 6 or 7. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm just going to look for beads right now. Okay, so out of these ones that I had poured out, I'm thinking just these. So this beautiful big brown bead, and then like this little cracked one here, and then these other cute guys. I think that'll work. So I said 5 or 7 or something like that, but we did 5. Okay. And that's fine. So, the next thing we're going to do is we need jump rings also, guys. But for right now, I'm just going to get these guys going. And hopefully this one will work. Okay, without falling off. Perfect. Let me close up a little bit. If we want to make these wire wrapped, what you're going to do is just kind of come up a little bit further up from your bead. Usually I would turn it right close to the bead and make my loop. I'm going to give myself a little bit of room, okay, for the wire wrapping. And I'm going to turn this out. And I'm going to grab it where I think I'm going to make a loop, and then the extra bit that's over here, we're going to wire wrap it to a certain amount. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this back towards where I want, almost all the way down, right? I mean, as close as you can get it. And then you can do this with your hand or with another tool. You can grab another, you know, this guy or something to help you. I'm going to start turning it back to try and get it close to this thing. So I'm going to just move that there. There we go. Sorry, so you can kind of see the wire is kind of coming around. That's what you want. So I'm just going to grab it. I'm going to hold it with my hand. Again, you can hold it with another tool, whatever it is that you want to do to actually wrap it around and around. And a lot of times, that's what I'd rather do with my hand, which is a bad habit. But I need to bring this around here. This is not the thinnest wire, so maybe it's not the best one for wrapping. But just bring it around and then try to bring it around a couple more times. So maybe I hold it with this one. Get this little skinny guy in here. Sorry, there goes that bead. And just keep wrapping it around. Right? Oopsie. I was going to say, these head pins I worked with the other day, they kind of start cracking. So again, it has a coating on it, and that coating is making this very difficult because it's cracking. I can see that. Usually it's not this hard to wrap, guys. I don't know. Okay, there we go. And if I have a little extra, I do have a flush cutter. I would probably cut that off, but I'm gonna have to manipulate it this time because it's still so short. I'm just still trying to wrap this around with this harder wire. Sorry, guys. It's not as pretty as it normally would be. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. That wire is wrapped around, but it is now silver because it's stripped from the gold. Okay, so I'm going to do that with all of them. So I'm going to take the same thing with this guy. Nope. This is what I was telling you. It's kind of peel because this is, you can see that's already kind of peeling. Let me see if that will let me go through. There you go. And this one I'll probably trim it down just a little bit because I don't want to do a lot of wrapping, seeing as how this is probably not the best material for wrapping. So out and then back in towards itself. Get that wire kind of at an angle so it can start wrapping around. You can see hopefully, or maybe, that it is peeling already. So I'm going to hold that and just try to get that wrapped around. Hopefully not mess up my little bead much. Yeah, this is definitely not the easiest wire to wrap with. Bring it around. There we go. So you probably want some thinner gauge wire. This one is really giving me a lot of trouble, guys. I was like, oh, this will be quick. Not really. I might not be wrapping that one. Yeah, I'm gonna open this back up, cut that excess off, and just loop it. Just make it a loop. This one's giving me a lot of trouble. So we can cut this guy. Come on. We can still save it. We can still use the same one, although it is really flaking. Do you see all that gold I have all over my fingers? It's coming from this guy. Okay, so that's a loop instead of a wire wrap. Very not great loop. All right, I'm going to work with these rest of these guys. This one looks like it might fall through. No? Okay. No, it's right there. If it's going to fall through, go ahead and put like a smaller bead. That'll help you stop it. And that's another way of doing this. With this guy, let me see if I'm going to... Again, these are not good for wire wrapping. I don't think I'm going to wire wrap any more of these. So I'm going to pull that away. I'm going to cut it short here. And I'm using super basic tools. Like I said, I have my loopers. I have all these fun things, but you know, they are expensive. So for videos like this, I always try to stick with some basic things so you guys can see you don't need everything to be fancy to do this kind of stuff. Come on. There we go. Okay. I'll loop. Actually, this one I'm not going to loop. I'll loop this one, and then this one I'll put a little jump ring on. So I'll be right back. Okay, and for this other little guy, I have some jump rings. I'm just going to use gold ones to match the bracelet itself. You can stick it with the one jump ring to that guy and then put it right on if you want. Or you can put an extra jump ring so it dangles a little more, which is what I think I'm going to do. These are 5mm jump rings. I know people ask questions like that. Like, I have no idea. The only reason I know that is because the packaging says that. But once I get rid of that packaging, I'll never know again. All right, so we'll put that guy on there. And again, these guys, you don't pull them open, you twist them, okay? And I know it might be hard to see. They're very small and everything's gold. If you like to use two tools, go for it. Wire wrapping looks very elegant, looks very pretty. So again, these guys I use are a little too thick and then they're peeling, which is not great. But just do your best. So I have that guy. Cute. Okay, so now we can start popping these guys on, I suppose. Have everyone done. So this guy, again, I just use my hands, sorry. I kind of just pull it one way. Oopsie. Open it up. Again, twisting, not pulling. I'll start with the big middle one. And you can pick, you know, do you want to put them at the top or the bottom? It doesn't really matter because however you put the bracelet on, it's going to end up somewhere else anyway. You know. Pop that on. And give it a twist. And if you can give it a squeeze, that's even better. It's kind of hard to do with the thing. So that's one charm on, or one bead. I wanted this guy next. So we're going to attach it with another jump ring. If you just wanted the one jumper, you could have just taken that and popped it right on. So I have this guy right here. I'm trying to see, I'm like, where are the rest of my little... Oh, here it goes. I was like, this looks weird. Okay. I'm going to put this one to the right over here. Oh, I'm going to open it a little more. Okay. Yeah, this bracelet is pretty thick. Do a twist. Again, making sure nothing's going to fall out. So twist it. Like I said, if you can give it a little squeeze, that would be great. Oh my goodness. Fly out. I feel like it needs to be turned a little bit more. Oopsie. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we have those two. And then the last one I was going to put on this side was this guy, so I'll go ahead and do that. And then I'll work on the left side of that large charm. And you can put these wherever. They don't have to always just be in this place. You can put one at the top, but put them inside the ring, you know, whatever it is that you want to put them. Look at that. It was easier to just close it up with my finger or my hand. And this guy. All right, now we're cooking. Sorry, guys. And then this little guy, our one wire wrap, our one sad little wire wrap. I'm going to open this guy up. Pop that on there. Oh my goodness. Come on. And then I'm going to go to the opposite side that I've been working on. Pop this guy on. Perfect. And just this last one. And let's see if I can get it in there. I redid the loop because it drove me nuts. That was kind of weird looking. So I redid it and now it's very tiny. And of course I could just get rid of that whole pin and just do another pin, but there we go. Good. It works. And pop that guy on here. Okay. I went all around, so I ended up falling out. Okay. Let me try and get this guy in here. Help me just a little bit. All right, guys, and that is, I mean, super quick, super easy, cute little project. Let me clean up and we'll put the bracelet on. Okay, sorry, those are little gold flakes all over the place. There is our bracelet. Cute little charms. Again, whatever, however many you want. You don't want to put too many because when you go to squeeze it, you know, you don't want it to be impeded there. But let's see. Put on this hand. Sorry, let me back up a little bit. Yeah, and then, I mean, I kind of have them facing me right now, but let me see. Let's turn it around. Let's turn it around a little bit so that the beads hang down. Like I said, I've never used these before, so we're all learning together. Put my hand in here. Yes, okay. Cute. Now the little beads are hanging down in this direction. And so there you are. I mean, that's basically how these are made to work. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me give you an idea of how big this actually is before you squeeze it. I guess that's some info that people would like to know. You did have to kind of get them working right at the beginning. It was really stiff, but now I can open it up. It's not a problem. When it closes back up, it is a 2.5 inch circle. Okay. It's 2.5 inch there, but obviously if you need it to be bigger, it'll sit in bigger. It's just, it's going to be stretching and it might not be as comfortable, right? But it does close up at 2.5 inches. And it extends, let's see, all the way out to 3.25. At least with the amount of beads that I put on there. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. It's fun to try out something, a little something. Gave me a little run for my money there, but we got it together. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.